Maulang umaga sa inyong lahat. I'm back. I'm back with a vengeance. Okay, our lesson for today is still on topic number 5. But now, we're going to solve problems in your exercise 2.3. Sasagutan muna natin yung hindi lahat ha. Huwag kayong abuso. Yung ilan lang, maybe 3 problems sa exercise 2.3. Ito yung magiging assignment number 4 nyo yata or 5. 4, I think 4. So, para magkaroon kayo ng guide. By the way, sa mga nagtatanong, okay, very good kayo. Nagpapacheck sa akin. Sa mga hindi naman, may kurot kayo sa akin. So, ina-expect ko yung mga hindi nagtatanong, matatalino na. At alam na nila yung gagawin nila. So, sa mga marunong na, you can still watch this video. Baka may ma-share pa ako sa inyo na hindi nyo alam. Okay, sa mga nagsisimula pa lang, please, medyo habol-habol ng konti, ha? Kasi may mga ibang nagtatanong sa akin na nasa video 1 pa lang sila. Okay, in solving exercise 2.3, this problem actually, I think, yung sa first part, which is to find for the first derivative. Sulat ko lang yung problem. Find y prime. Or ito yung dy over dx. Okay, using chain rule. Now, in reality, sa problem or pag nagbigay ako sa inyo ng quiz or exam, hindi ko sasabihin sa inyo kung anong method yung gagamitin nyo or gagamitin. You have to decide ano ba yung method na mas mapapabilis ang buhay ko. Ang pagsasolve, I mean, hindi yung buhay ninyo. Yung mga examples din, take note of this. Kasi magtataka kayo or ito yung usual na sinasabi sa mga teachers. Si sir or si ma'am madaling examples pero 1, 2, 3 or ABC lang yung examples pero pagdating sa quiz or exam, out of this world. Hindi namin alam kung saan pinagkukuha. Well, yun yung isa sa mga characteristics of a good quiz or exam kasi pinag-iisip kayo. Yung mga hindi ko naman sinasabing mas magagaling yung mga teacher na ganito kaysa sa ganyan. Yung mga iba na nagbibigay kung ano yung example, yun din yung quiz. Walang learning na nagaganap doon. Meron lang doon memorization. Siyempre, ano pang learning meron doon? Ito na rin yung binigay na examples, binago lang konti yung given. So, hindi tayo ganon. So, ang tinuturo sa inyo is the basic theory, tapos different steps, tapos pagsasama-samahin nyo yan, of course, pagdating sa exam, lahat na ng pinag-aralan ninyo magkakasama na daw sa isang problem. So, ganun ako magbigay ng exam. So, I'm warning you na pagdating natin sa first exam, which is maybe malapit na yan, no? Kasi magdi-December na. Mag-aral kayo mabuti. So, hindi ko sinasabing mahirap ako magpa-exam. Mahirap sa mga taong hindi nag-aaral. Pero sa mga nag-aaral, kayang-kaya nyo. Okay, so ito yung parang magiging problem talaga. Kasi ito medyo, yung problem na ito, medyo obviously, no, nagagamit ka ng chain rule. Pero what if, kung yung problem talaga ay ganito, no, where y is equals to the cube root of x squared, of x squared plus 2 quantity squared minus 1 divided by the cube root of x squared plus 2 quantity squared plus 1. So, ayun yung magiging original problem talaga. Tapos, you have to decide anong method ba yung gagawin ko para madali kong isolve. So, you can apply yung normal method. You're going to apply yung quotient rule, letting the numerator as u. Tapos yung denominator ay b. So if we're going to recall, by recalling the formula that the derivative of u over b is equals to, let's say with respect sa x, v du, okay, with respect sa x, minus u dv over v squared. Okay, yan lang yung gagawing formula dyan. Ang mahirap na part dito is how to evaluate this part, no? Yung may radical na, tapos naka-exponent raised to 2 pa. Kasi pag yan ay ginawa nating exponential form, kasi wala naman tayong formula na binigay sa inyo na radical, no? But alam natin sa law ng radical and exponential, pwede silang magkapalit. Now, radical, magiging exponent niya fraction, at kung yung exponent mo naman ay fraction, it means radical siya. So, we can write this as x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus minus 1 divided by x cubed plus x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1. Yan yung pinaka-problem in exponential form. Oops, sorry. Wait lang. Okay, so ano ang pinaka gagawin ngayon natin regarding to that? Akyat muna natin. Uy. Bakit nagkagawa? Wait lang ha. Ayaw maakyat sa taas. So anyway, continue tayo. So, kung gagawin natin, ito yung mahirap na part. Paano may evaluate? Oops. Itong part na to. Yan yung medyo mahirap dyan. So, kung gagawa tayo ng normal na pagsusolve, okay, pwede naman. Okay, ito lang yung, oops, ano to? Okay. So, ito yung pinaka process natin. No? We're going to get the derivative directly of y with respect sa x. So, quotient rule tayo. So, we have y prime equals to, okay, yung u, which is the denominator, kukopyahin nyo. Okay, make sure properly group siya, ha? Kasi buong denominator yan. Times the derivative of the numerator. Okay, minus, copy the numerator. Okay, dapat naka-group din siya. Times the derivative of the denominator. Okay, so sinunod lang natin tong formula na to. Okay, divided by, okay, i-square natin yung denominator. Yan. So, ganyan yung magiging procedure. Tapos, i-derive na ngayon natin. So, we have y prime equals, okay, yung numerator na first part, kopyahin lang. Tapos, i-derive na ngayon natin yung second part. So, pag-derive nitong second part na to, power rule, bring down 2/3, copy the base, tapos minus 1 to the exponent, minus 1, times derivative nung base. So, derivative nito, pag pinaghiwalay, x squared will become 2x. Tapos yung 2, magiging 0. Okay, yung minus 1, 0 na yan pag dinerive. Second part naman, minus. So, copyin ulit yung first part ng second term. Times derivative naman nung ito, power rule din. Katulad kanina. Bring down the exponent. Copy the base. Tapos minus 1 to the exponent. Times derivative ng base. Derivative ng base is x squared plus 2, kaya 2x. Plus 0. Ganun din siya. Okay, tapos divided by. Okay, so itong part na to. Okay, dyan marami ulit nagkakamali ha. Yung 2 na exponent sa labas, hindi pwedeng i-distribute. Hindi pwedeng, hindi pwedeng i-distribute. Now, that's a big no-no. Kasi merong addition na sign or subtraction na sign, hindi pwedeng i-distribute. Pwede lang i-distribute pag siya ay multiplication. I always remember that. Okay, so let's continue. So, simplifying the equation. So, as you notice, yung first 2 steps lang, yun yung differential calculus. The rest, simplification na or algebra na yung gagamitin. Kaya, again, I'm going to remind you over and over again to please do review and study your algebra. Is ano mangyayari? Yung ito, 0 na to, 2x times 2. So, meron akong 4x over 3 times x squared plus 2. So, what is 2/3 minus 1? So, 2/3 minus 1 is equals to negative 1/3. Okay, so okay na tayo sa first term. Minus second term. X squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 minus 1. Okay, times. So, same. 2 times 2x is 4x over 3 by x squared plus 2. Again, 2/3 minus 1 is negative 1/3. Okay, divided by the denominator na naka-squared. Okay, so lahat naman ng negative exponent, pwedeng ibaba nyo yan. Or, we can factor the whole numerator. So, paanong factor? Aalamin ninyo yung mga common sa first term and second term tapos ilalabas. No? Kasi pwedeng i-multiply nyo yan, medyo haba lang, hindi medyo, mahaba lalo yan. Tapos paliliitin. So, hindi tayo ganon. We're going to factor muna, paliliitin bago pahabain. So, by checking, yung x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1, isang quantity yan. Meron bang itong gantong-ganto sa left side or sa second term? Wala. Minus to ha, this is different, this is plus. So, again, this is plus, this is minus. Pagkaiba yung term na yan. So, hindi common yan. So, ang common, yung 4x over 3 kasi meron dito, meron din doon. So, 4x over 3, common siya. What else? Okay, yung x squared plus 2 na naka-raise kay negative 1/3. Mamaya na lang natin siya ibababa. Okay, so next, we need to divide. Yung whole first term, the whole first term i-divide natin dito. So, itong part na to at saka yon magkamukha na. So, cancel na yan. Ang matitira na lang ay si x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1. Okay? So, baguhin muna natin itong grouping symbol na to. Para hindi magulo. Gawin ko itong brace. Itong bracket. Yan. Okay, tapos minus. Okay, ulit. Ito, whole na to. I-divide ulit dito. So, may kamukha. Matitira na lang yung hindi kamukha. So, we have x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 minus 1. Close. And close. Okay, divided by x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1 squared. So, what's next? Itong nasa loob na to, this one, okay, pwede ba natin siyang i-simplify? So, magkamukha ito at saka to. Isang positive, isang negative. So, cancel na to. Negative times negative, positive. So, negative times negative is positive. So, 1 plus 1 magiging 2. Okay, so pwede nating i-simplify na siya. So, we have y prime is equals to 4x x squared plus 2 raised to negative 1/3 is over 3 times, okay, gawin ko ng parenthesis na lang ha, 1 plus 1 is 2. Diba? Mas madaling i-simplify pag pina-factor muna. Divided by x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1 quantity squared. So, 2 to be multiplied by 4, we have 8x. Okay. Ito lalagay ko main vinculum para hindi kayo malito ha. Kasi may vinculum pa rito. So, ito parang may imaginary na over 1. So, 4 times 2 is 8x. Okay, so, pwede kong i-rewrite yung over 3 kasi multiplication naman and over 3, parang ganyan. So, hindi yan yung main vinculum kasi ang main vinculum ito, yung pinaka-denominator. Kaya nilalagyan ko ng palatandaan. So, again, may imaginary yan na 1. So, pag ni-reciprocate ko yan, y prime 8x times x squared plus 2 raised to negative 1/3 over 3 times, okay, 1 mapupunta sa taas, divided by, this is squared, x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1 squared. Okay, tapos multiply lang natin numerator sa numerator, denominator sa denominator. So, we have y prime is equals to 8x times x squared plus 2 raised to negative 1/3 divided by 3 times x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1 squared. So, hindi pa tayo tapos kasi negative tong exponent na to. Okay, so ano gagawin? Ibababa ngayon natin yan. So, we're going to bring down yung part na may negative ang exponent. So, 8x na lang ang numerator. So, I have 3 times x squared plus 2 raised to 2/3 plus 1 squared times x squared plus 2. This time, positive na siya kasi binaba na. So, pwede na itong answer na to. Pero since the problem is in radical form, ibabalik nyo sa pagka-radical yung final answer. No, para maging formal. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung tanong, yung itsura niya, dapat ganun din ang sagot. So, we have 8x divided by 3. Okay, naka-square ito, okay lang. Ito, naka-radical. So, we have x squared. Okay, by the way, ito rin pala, naka-radical, no? Dapat. Yan, naka-radical din yan. So, ira-radical ko ito muna. Pero naka-raise to 2. So, mangyayari, ira-radical ko muna si square. Okay, para hindi magulo. Ay, sorry. Ira-radical ko. Cube. X squared plus 2. Yan. Plus 1. Na naka-square sa labas. Over, ito naman, naka-radical din. Times cube root of x squared plus 2. Close. So, this is our final answer. Solving example number 2. Okay, by the way, nahanap dito, find y prime or yung dy over dx. So, we're going to use two different methods. But in your assignment, ang hinahanap dyan ay y prime, tapos ang pinasosolve sa inyo doon using inverse function or inverse differentiation. So, ano sa inverse differentiation? According to inverse differentiation, that dy over dx is equals to 1 over dx over dy. So, ayan yung inverse. We need to solve for dx over dy. Kasi 1, i-divide natin doon. So, yun yung una muna natin gagawin using inverse. So, method 1, using inverse. So, para makita ninyo yung two different solution. Para hindi kayo ma-mesmerize or you can have idea kung ano mas madali. So, writing again the problem, x equals to y. From radical, let's change into exponential form para madaling isolve. Now, we can get the derivative of x. We take note of the independent variable na y, kaya with respect sa y. No, hindi with respect sa x, d over dy. So, we have dx over dy is equals to, so this is product rule. Let u our y and the other function is b. So, recall tayo sa formula and I hope lagi niyong dala ang index card ninyo na 1/2 doon lang isusulat. Hindi sa ibang size, kung hindi sa 1/2 index card lang. All the formulas. Okay, we have u times the derivative of b. Okay, by the way, not with respect sa x. Kasi ginawa natin with respect sa y. Over dy plus v times the derivative of u with respect sa y. So, yan yung formula na gagamitin natin ngayon. So, u is y. So, we have y times the derivative of b. So, yan. Over dy plus b minus the derivative of u. Ang u natin si y. Kaya dy over dy. So, it means this is formula 1. It is equals to 1. Okay, continue. So, we have y times. Okay, power rule tayo rito ha. Bring down 1/2. copy the base, exponent minus 1 times, okay, dito ingat kasi implicit tong rule na ginagamit natin. Y squared with respect sa y. Okay, so that's the first part. Plus, yung second part, since 1 na yung sa kabila, multiply lang natin. So, 1 minus y squared will give the same answer. Okay, so let's continue. So, we have y times 1 half. 1 minus y squared, 1 half minus 1 is negative 1 half. Okay, times, okay, derivative nito, 1 is 0, minus derivative ni y squared, bring down 2, copy the base, minus 1 to the exponent, so 1 na yan, di ko na susulat, times, yun, derivative ni base, again, with respect sa y, which is again equals to 1. Okay, close, plus 1 minus y squared raised to 1 half. So, if we're going to simplify the first term, ito 0 na, wala na to. I have 2 on the denominator, 2 on the numerator. So, may matitira na lang akong negative y times y. So, we have negative y squared times 1 minus y squared raised to negative 1 half. Okay, plus 1 minus y squared raised to 1 half. Okay, now, since this is negative, yung iba sa inyo, sanay nung binababa agad. No? Pwede maging negative y squared over 1 minus y squared raised to 1 half to be added by the second term. Okay, pag ganito kasi ginawa ninyo, mag-LCD pa kayo. Pwede naman, no? Kung diyan kayo sanay. Pero kasi ang habol natin sa math is to make the solution fast. No? Fast, sure ang answer din. So, mas sanayin ninyo sarili ninyo yung pina-factor agad. No? Huwag yung nag-LCD, mahabang proseso to. So, or, finding for the LCD, ano meron sa first term na meron sa second term. So, obviously, ito, yung 1 minus y squared. So, yung 1 minus y squared. So, usually, tinatanong, sir, ano ba mas kinukuha kung magkaiba na exponent? Ang kinukuha natin lagi sa GCF or greatest common factor, yung mas maliit. Hindi porket greatest, yung mas malaki ha, GCF, greatest common factor. Actually, yung common na mas maliit sa kanila. Parang ganon, yung una. Okay, aside doon, so negative 1 half na yung kukunin. Baliktad nga kasi yung LCD naman, least common denominator, least common multiple, yung mas malaki naman ang kinukuha. So, aside pa doon, kunin ko na rin yung negative para hindi makagulo yan sa loob ng parenthesis. So, let's divide. So, yung first term, sorry, ipindot ko kasi accidentally lagi yung button sa pen. So, yung first term, i-divide ko dito. Division, ha? So, pag dinivide ko, yung mga common niya, maka-cancel, ito at saka to, so wala na to. Matitira, negative y squared divided by negative will become positive. So, meron akong y squared. Next, positive divided by negative is negative. Okay, ito paano ba dinidivide? Yung iba kasi litong-lito dyan eh. So, para hindi malito dyan, ito yung magiging explanation natin ha. Para hindi malito. So, if I have 1 minus y squared raised to 1 half divided by, yung negative hindi ko na sinama ha kasi ito na yun. Positive times negative is negative. So, we have 1 minus y squared na negative ang exponent. So, according sa rule, anong sabi natin sa rule? Kung sino yung mas maliit na exponent, siya yung susunod no, sa mas malaki. Tapos magpapalit ng sign. Tapos from division, magiging multiplication. That's why Yung nasa numerator, stay put lang siya doon kasi ang susunod yung mas maliit na exponent. So, from division, magiging multiplication. 1 minus y squared, tapos magiging positive na exponent. So, according sa rule ng exponent, pag magkamukha yung base, pakopyahin nyo lang yung magkamukhang base, copy the common base, and add the exponent. So, 1 half plus 1 half is 1. So, kahit hindi ko nasulat ulit yung exponent na 1, ito na lang yung matitira. Okay, so maliwanag. So, pag ito, dinivide ko dito, ito na yung matitira. So, magkakaroon ako ng 1 minus y squared raised to 1. Hindi ko nasusulat. Okay, so hindi ako gumamit pa ng fraction, no? Diretso na siya sa LCD. Ay, sa GCF. Okay, so we have negative 1 minus y squared raised to negative 1 half. Mamaya na natin ibabayan. So, dito, yung negative, pag dinistribute ko ang negative sign kay 1 at kay negative y squared, so ano magiging sagot? So, y squared, negative, negative, positive, y squared is 2y squared. 2y squared minus 1. So, yun yung magiging itsura niya. So, mas madali ngayon gamitin na yung rule ng negative exponent, ibababa ko na to make it positive. Okay, kasi nag-LCD tayo kanina. So, this is our dx over dy. So, hindi yan yung hinahanap. Ang hinahanap natin ay dy over dx. So, based on the formula, that dy over dx, which is our y prime, is equals to 1 over dx over dy. And what is our dx over dy? So, this is the main vinculum. So, we have 2y squared minus 1 divided by, so negative to, 1 minus y squared raised to 1 half. So, if this is the main vinculum, i-reciprocate natin yung whole denominator. So, 1. So, pagka i-reciprocate natin to, tinanggal natin yan, parang sinabing 1 over 1. Yung tinanggal kasi papalitan ng 1. Times negative, okay, i-reciprocate natin. So, wait. Hindi natin bracket. Tutukay sa grouping symbol. Negative, reciprocate. Yung nasa baba, mapupunta sa taas. At yung nasa taas, mapupunta sa baba. Ayan. Okay, so we have 1 na to. Kahit wala na, ito na lang yung magiging sagot. Negative 1 minus y squared raised to 1 half over 2y squared minus 1. Okay, since the problem is in the form of radical, dapat ang final answer din must be in the form of radical. So, y prime is equals to negative 1 half na exponent means square root of 1 minus y squared divided by 2y squared minus 1. So, this is our final answer. Okay, baka may tanong? Okay, so double check. Okay, wait lang. List, note, create template. Okay, may question ba? Okay, kung wala, we're going to solve it by another method. No, mamaya. Okay, so final answer. Okay, kagulo. Okay, so let's proceed sa another method. The other method is, okay, second method tayo. Okay, using implicit. Using implicit differentiation. So, rewriting again the problem. Rewrite natin yung problem. X is equals to y square root of 1 minus y squared. O nga, by the way, may nagsabi sa akin, no? Student, sir, yung boses nyo nakakaantok. Okay, ganun talaga yon, no? Kahit maganda pa boses ko, which is actually naman siguro maganda. Pero, pag hindi kayo sanay, sorry, may kinakain lang ako. Gugutom ako eh. Pag hindi kayo sanay sa isang bagay, aantukin talaga kayo. So, wag makinig, wag masyadong seryosohin yung ganda ng boses ko. Mag-focus kayo doon sa mga discussions natin. Ha? Kailangan nyo aralin. Using implicit differentiation, ang pinagkaiba nito doon kanina sa inverse. Sa inverse kasi, ito tayo, no? Nag-derive tayo with respect sa y, binaliktad. Sa implicit, magsasolve tayo directly with respect na sa x. As what the problem is saying, no? dy over dx. So, with respect na sa x yung gagawin natin. And, since implicit na rin yung gagawin natin, simplify na muna natin yung problem para madali na natin ma-derive. So, paano isa-simplify? By looking on the problem, meron pa kasing radical. So, para maganda, madali natin ma-solve, tanggalin muna natin yung radical. So, if we're going to remove radical, which is square root, we need to square both sides. So, x will become x squared. And we have quantity of y times square root of 1 minus y squared squared. So we can distribute the exponent 2 on each function or factor na yung y, yung squared, yung square root of 1 minus y squared magkaka-squared. So x squared is equals to y squared. Yung square root at squared cancel na. So, meron na lang tayong 1 minus y squared. And, that's it. Pwede na nating, i-apply yung derivative. Kaya naman, ito kasi gagamit ka ng product rule, pwede ring distribute mo na. It's up to you. Maraming means para mag-derive. Ano lang, you need to simplify at para makita nyo kung saan mas madali gamitin. So, if we're going to get the derivative, okay, this time, directly, no, with respect na sa x. Okay, ito with respect sa x, ito with respect sa y, magkaiba yon, lalo na depende sa base. If I'm going to get the derivative of x squared with respect sa x, so power rule pa rin. Bring down 2, copy the base, minus 1 to the exponent, times the derivative of the base, which is x, over dx. Okay, kung kanina, kung with respect sa y to, dx over dy yon. Ngayon, with respect sa x, dx over dx, kaya equate na siya sa 1. Kung ito gagamitin natin, power rule. This is u, and this is b. Kung ayaw nyo naman yan at ito gagamitin, walang power rule, walang product rule pala, no? Walang product rule. Simply power rule lang. So, it's up to you kung alin yung gamitin ninyo, ha. So, siguro, para sa inyo, mas madali yung power rule lang. Sa power rule lang kasi, no, same with x squared, bring down 2, copy the base, minus 1 to the exponent, kaya 1 na yan, hindi ko nasusulat, times, yun. Okay. Ito, huwag kakalimutan, derivative ng base, which is y over dx. This is not 1. This is not equals to 1. So, dy over dx is equals to your y prime. Yun yung hinahanap. Minus, again, y to the 4, bring down 4, copy the base, minus 1 to the exponent, times the derivative of the base over dx, which is, again, is your y prime. So, yung y prime sa last term at yung y prime sa first term, dapat pagsamahin kasi yun yung hinahanap. Okay, so let's continue. Simplifying the equation, we have 2x is equals to 2y, changing dy over dx as y prime, minus 4y cubed, again, changing dy over dx to y prime. So by getting the common factor for the first and last term of the right member, so may 2, may 4. Ang kukunin ulit yung maliit, kaya yung 2. We have y cube. Ang kukunin yung mas maliit yung y. And of course, yung common na y prime. Then divide. Yung 2y cancel, y prime cancel. May matitira akong 1. Minus 4 divided by 2 is 2. Y cube divided by y is y squared. Okay, so next, since y prime ang hinahanap, dividing both sides by 2y times 1 minus 2y squared. 2y times 1 minus 2y squared. So, cancel na si 2y, cancel na si 1 minus 2y squared. Para matira si y prime equals, yung 2 cancel na, I have x over y times 1 minus 2y squared. Okay? So, yung x, kailangan natin palitan. Okay, bakit kailangan palitan? Kasi wala naman sa problem talaga si x originally, no? Where x is equals to what? Okay, sa original problem, ang value ni x is y times square root of 1 minus y squared. So, we have y prime equals to x, which is equals to y times square root of 1 minus y squared over y times 1 minus 2y squared. So, cancel na si y. Y. Okay? So, next, we have y prime equals square root of 1 minus y squared over 1 minus 2y squared. So, question, magkamukha ba itong dalawa na to? Okay, magkamukha lang yan, ha? So, actually, this is the final answer na mas maganda, no? Kasi lahat positive. So, dito sa baba, the negative sign, kasi may tatlong position yan. For example, I have AB. Okay, ang AB na yan is the same as negative A over negative B. A over B is also the same as negative, yung sign bago mag-fraction of negative A over B. Or this is the same as negative ulit, A and negative B as the denominator. So, ganun din. Yung negative na to, pwede kong ilagay sa denominator. This can be written as the square root of 1 minus y squared over negative, lalagay ko sa denominator, 2y squared minus 1. So, if I'm going to distribute the negative sign inside the quantity, so we have square root of 1 minus y squared over, so magiging negative 2y squared, negative times negative plus 1. Or equals to, unahin ko lang lagi yung negative para mas maayos tingnan, of 1 minus 2y squared. Arriving at the same answer. Okay? So, ano ang mas mabilis sa inyo? Using inverse or implicit? So, para sa akin, mas masanay kayo sa implicit differentiation. For the last problem that we're going to solve, again, this is still in your book under exercise 2.2. Okay, find y prime where y is equals to x squared over square root of 4 minus x squared. So, ayan. So, hindi lang pala y prime, no? Parang yung nakalagay sa book yata. Find y prime y double prime, and y triple prime. First, second, and third derivative. Yan, para medyo mas mahaba-haba. Okay, in solving for the derivative of this problem, so pwede nyong gamitan niya ng, okay, by chain rule. Okay, mag-iisip kayo dito, no? Kung ano yung pwede mong ipamalit sa pag-solve o papamalit ng square root of 4 minus x squared. You can write it as u. No, pwede yung ganon. Parang, you can write as, so let's go. Okay, by chain rule, you can let u equals to square root of 4 minus x squared. So, mangyayari sa equation mo ngayon, y is equals to x squared over u. Mas magaling pa kasi sa akin tong software. Ayan. Tapos, paano ulit yung gagawin? Okay, to solve for dy over dx, you need two functions or factors. Yung una, du over dx. Saan kukunin to? Dito. This is our equation 1. Then yung du over dx times dy over dx. Okay, this is equation 2. Okay, so yun yung gagawin ninyo. Du over dx, dy over du pala to. Ayan, du. Ibig sabihin, yung u, diderive ko with respect sa x, si y, diderive ko with respect sa u. So, you can use chain rule. Okay, second, you can also use what? Yung normal na derivative. You're going to solve for y with respect na sa x. Okay, so sige, try natin solve yung chain rule, kayo na bahala. Let's try solving this using the normal way. Okay, so we have y is equals to x squared over square root of 4 minus x squared. Or rewriting again para sa exponential is to 1/2. Okay, pag ganito yung itsura niya, you can use quotient rule. Pwede nyo rin kasi siyang gawing product rule lang pag inakyat ninyo yung exponent. Ito, quotient rule. Ito, product. So, it's up to you. Okay, so anong gusto nyong gamitin? Kasi mas yung iba, mas nahihirapan sa quotient eh. Okay, product tayo. Doon tayo sa quotient. Kayo na bahala sa product ha. Okay, we're going to answer this using quotient rule. Sa quotient rule, getting the derivative of y with respect sa x. Rekta na. This is your y prime. Okay, so hindi na step by step to ha. I believe kasi nag-aaral naman kayo, medyo nakakasabay na kayo at kaya nyo nang minsan isolve mentally. So, if this not necessarily whole mentally, kailangan pa rin natin ng solution. Hindi na lang yung katulad kanina na parang step by step. So, if this is my u and this is my b, so copy the denominator times, diretso na, derivative ng numerator, 2x minus the numerator times the derivative ng denominator. We have 1/2, bring down, copy the base, minus 1 times derivative nitong nasa loob. Yan yung sinasabi kong rekta na, no? Okay, nakakasunod. So, derivative nito, bring down 1/2, kopyahin yung base, minus 1 to the exponent. That's why 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2 times derivative ng 4 minus x squared. 0 si 4, si x squared, 2x. Okay, divided by yung square ng denominator. Okay. Next, simplify. Yung 2x, lalagay ko muna sa una. 4 minus x squared raised to 1 half. Negative times negative, positive. Inuuna ko kasi lagi yung sign. No? Kasi minsan nakakalimutan, namamali. Cancel ko na si 2 kasi may numerator, may denominator. X squared times x is x cubed. Tapos meron pang 4 minus x squared raised to negative 1 half. Okay, divided by yung 1 half at yung 2 cancel na. 4 minus x squared na lang. Okay, tapos algebra na lang tayo, no, for the first derivative. So, simplify natin. Get the GCF on the numerator. So, may GCF ako ng x. 1 half and negative 1 half, yung mas maliit. Which is the negative 1 half. Okay, next. Divide. So, x cancel na. Okay, may matitirang 2. Ito, katulad kanina, 1 half, negative 1 half, paakit si negative 1 half, kaya magiging 1. Kaya pag nagdududa, try mong i-add exponent, negative 1 half at saka 1 is positive 1 half. So, ganun lang yung, ano niya, no? Pag-check, plus x cubed by x. So, matatanggalan na ng isa, si 3, kaya magiging x squared. So, magkamuka, wala nang isusulat. Divided by 4 minus x squared. Okay, baka mapagkamalan yung eliminated to. Next. I have x, yung negative 1 half. This is 1. Ibababa mo yan. So, matatanggal na to. So, may matitira na lang akong x sa numerator. Wala na yan. Tapos, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times negative x squared is negative 2x squared plus x squared is negative x squared. Okay, nakakasunod. So, again, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times negative x squared is negative 2x squared plus x squared is negative x squared over itong dalawa. Pag ito binaba ko, magiging positive 1 half. 1 plus positive 1 half is 3 halves. So, 4 minus x squared raised to 3 halves. So, this is our first derivative or dy over dx. So, hindi pa tayo natatapos kasi we need to solve for the second derivative and for the third derivative. Solving for the second derivative. So, ito na yung first derivative natin. Okay, sa second derivative, so, pwede ulit, ito pala, no? Pag ito inakyat mo, power rule, magiging 3. Magiging product. So, mas mahirap. But if we're going to solve this using quotient rule pa rin. So, distribute na lang natin siguro si x sa taas para magamit pa rin natin. Ayan. So, akit natin sa taas to. Or quotient rule, it's up to you. So, we have y double prime or getting the derivative with respect sa x pa rin. Yan yung second derivative. Okay, quotient rule. We have the denominator times the derivative of the numerator. Yung 8x is 8. X cubed is 3x squared. Okay, minus 8x minus x cubed times, okay, power rule, bring down 3 halves, copy the base, minus 1. Ito minus 1. So, magiging 1/2 times derivative nung nasa loob 2x. Okay, sana nasusundan nyo yun, ha? Okay, divided by square ng denominator. So, simplifying further. Okay, we have 4 minus x squared raised to 3/2. 8 minus 3x squared. Okay, negative ulit times negative makes it positive. So, yung 2 na to, cancel na. Meron akong 3 at saka x. So, ganun ako mag-solve, no? Yung mga mas maikli, inuuna ko na. Tapos, I have 8x minus x cubed times 4 minus x squared raised to 1/2 divided by, cancel na si 2, 4 minus x squared raised to 3. Tapos, ipa-factor natin ulit. Okay, by the way, itong part na to, pwede natin masimplify pa yan, no? Or itong part na to. Okay, pag pinactor natin yan, lalabas ko. So, meron na akong 3 sa labas. Sulat ko lang dito. Para madali natin mamayang masagutan. May 3x na ako sa labas. Babalik ko lang yung kanina dito. No, may x. 8 minus x squared. Ayan yung kanina eh. It means kasi pwede nating makuha na rin si x at saka si x para maging 3x squared. So, it's up to you pa rin naman kung gusto nyong gawin yan or hindi. So, titingnan nyo kasi yung mga greatest common factor kung meron dito. Kaya, kailangan attentive din kayo. Okay, so check natin. By getting the GCF, so meron akong 4 minus x squared. So, 3/2 and 1/2. So, kukunin natin yung 1/2. Okay, aside doon, may GCF pa ba? Yung 8 minus 3x squared, walang kamuka. Okay, good. So, proceed tayo. Ito, divide dito. So, yung 3/2, bawasan ko ng 1/2 is 2/2 or 1. No, 3 minus 1 is 2/2 is 1. So, may matitira pa akong 4 minus x squared na naka-raise kay 2/2. Ayan yun, or 1. Tapos, meron akong 8 minus 3x squared. Sa kabila naman, so, kahit isimplify ko ng ganito, pwedeng wag muna sa huli. Isisimplify ko na to. 3x times x is 3x squared times 8 minus x squared. Tapos, si 4 minus x squared pala, cancel na. So, wala na pala yan. Close. Okay, divided by 4 minus x squared raised to 3. Okay, so sana kakasunod pa, ha? So, next, itong dalawa na to, 1/2 and 3. Okay, pwede nang cancelin. Yung 1/2 susunod kay 3. Magiging 5/2. So, makakancel na si 1/2. Si 3 mamaya magiging 5/2 na yan. Wala na yan. Okay, so dito naman, since it's already 1, no, pwede na natin i-expand to. Ayan, medyo, ano to, pag in-expand, kailangan natin i-FOIL method para may makancel. Simulan natin kay 4 at kay 8. Tapos kay 4 at kay 3x squared, negative. So let's start. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times negative 3x squared is negative 12x squared. Okay, so katapos niyan, si negative x squared naman kay 8, si negative x squared naman kay negative 3x squared. So, negative x squared minus times 8, negative 8x squared, negative, positive, 3x to the 4th. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa part na to. Dito naman sa kabila, same procedure, si 3x squared kay 8, 3x squared kay negative x squared. So, plus 24x squared minus 3x to the 4th. Okay, over 4 minus x squared raised to 5 over 2. So, pwede nating eliminate si 3x to the 4th. Wala na siya. Ay, what else? So, unahin na muna natin si x squared. Negative 12 minus 8x squared is negative 20x squared plus 24x squared. So, may matitirang 4x squared. Again, negative 12 minus 8, negative 20 plus 24 is 4x squared. Okay, plus the constant of 32. Okay, divided by 4 minus x squared raised to 5 over 2. Ito, pwede nyong i-factor. So, this is my second derivative. Okay, pwede nyong i-factor din to. Yung 4 kasi and 32 pwedeng ilabas. Yung 4. You can write it as x squared plus 8. Yan, pwede rin yung ganyan. Okay, so this is my second derivative. Okay, for the third derivative, the second derivative x squared, kung i-derive ko ulit to for the last time, so magiging third derivative or y triple prime. Ayan. So, ito mas gagamitin natin ha. Para mas madali. So, quotient rule ulit tayo. We have 4 minus x squared raised to 5 over 2 times derivative ng numerator. May 4 na ako doon. Pag binaba ko ito, magiging 8x plus 0. Ano siya kasama? Okay, minus yung numerator times yung derivative ng denominator. So, medyo mahaba lang to ha, kasi hanggang third derivative. Pero pwede nyo pagtiyagaan. So, yung 5 over 2, bawasan ko ng isa. The answer is 3 halves. Or 3 over 2. Okay, times yung derivative nung nasa loob. So, derivative ng 4, 0. We have 2x na lang. Okay. Next, divided by yung denominator. Paulit-ulit lang naman yung process. And this is a good mental exercise. Para yung skills ninyo mas gumaling. So, cancel na si 2. Okay, so, pagsisimplify natin, so, si 8x, lagay ko ulit sa unahan. 4 minus x squared is to 5 over 2. Okay, again, negative. Ay, pansinin nyo, no? Lagi kong inuuna yung sign para hindi makalimutan. So, magiging plus. Okay, yung 2, cancel na rin. So, yung lahat ng maliliit, like 5 at saka si x, kasi multiplication naman lahat yan. Uunahin ko na si 5x. Tapos, meron akong may lumalabas. Sorry doon. Ay, huwag kayo ma-distract ha. So, yung 4x squared plus 32 times 4 minus x squared raised to 3 halves. Okay, nakakasunod pa naman. Okay, good. Divided by, okay, we have 4 minus x squared raised to 5. Ganyan talaga buhay ng engineering na maraming sinasagutan. So, suko na ba? Sana wala munang susuko. O, ganyan yung mga equation natin. Ibang-iba sa nakasanayan nyo nung senior high, no? Kala nyo madali kasi. Okay, so ano na yung susunod natin ngayon? Okay, yung may makakancel by finding for the GCF. So, ano yung magiging GCF? Okay, GCF ng first term and second term, I have an X. Copy si X. Okay, by the way, ulitin ko lang ulit para maisama na natin sa GCF. Itong part na to, 5x yan, tapos yung babalik natin kanina sa original problem. Okay, saan ba yung original? Ito. Diba yung 4x squared plus 32 can be written as, tapos ko lang ulit, 4x squared plus 8 yan. Kaya kung kukunin ko yung GCF ng number, 5 times 4 is 20 actually yan. So, 20 and 8, may common factor na 4. Yan. Kasi may 4. Kasi yung 8 by 4, pwede. May x, write down x. Okay, what else? Yung 4x or minus x squared. Ay, kukunin yung mas maliit sa 3 halves. So, meron pa? Ay, wala na. Next, divide. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Wala na si x. Cancel na. 4 minus x squared. So, 5 halves. 3 halves. Ima-minus naman yung exponent. So, meron tayong 4 minus x squared raised to 1. Kapag minus natin yon, or 2 over 2 yon, or 1 plus yung 5x, still 5x. Yung x cancel na. May 5 lang akong matitira. Yung 4, cancel na. May matitira pa akong x squared plus 8. Yung doon sa kulay green yan, ha. Doon ang tingin. Okay, tapos magkamukha na to. Okay, divided by 4 minus x squared raised to 5. Okay, so continue tayo. I have 4x. 4 minus x squared raised to 3 halves. Distribute natin to sa loob. So, we have a minus 2x squared. Distribute din natin sa loob. Plus 5x squared plus 40. Sobrang haba na, no? Over 4 minus x squared raised to 5. Okay, next, this is triple derivative. Simplify. Kung ano meron sa numerator na meron sa denominator, pwedeng cancel. So, yung 4 minus x squared, 3 halves, ang susunod sa 5. So, isusubtract. So, 5 minus 3 halves is 7 over 3. So, mawawala na ito. Ito magiging 7 over 2 pala. 7 over 3 na sabi ko. 7 over 2 na yan. So, may matitira pa akong 4x sa numerator. Tapos, common. Unahin natin yung x squared kasi mas malaki yung degree. So, negative 2x squared plus 5x squared is positive 3x squared. 80. Ano na to? 80 plus 40 is 48. Plus 48. Over. Okay, so 7 halves na lang to. 4 minus x squared raised to 7 halves. So if we're going to, ito na yung final answer na, if we're going to change exponential to radical, so pwede na natin i-change 4x, 3x squared plus 48 over, okay, yung 2 na denominator, it means square root of 4 minus x squared raised to 7. So it doesn't matter kung nasa loob yung 7 or nasa labas na ganito. Equal lang sila. Okay, so that's our final answer. Kung sasagutan naman natin using implicit, ako sir, ayaw na po namin. Okay, hindi pa pwedeng sumuko. Sa engineering, walang sumusuko. Tandaan nyo yan. Pag kayo sumuko, naku, hindi kayo pang engineering o hindi kayo magiging engineer. Lahat dumadaan dyan. So, sasagutan ko lang yung first derivative, then you're going to do the rest. Total assignment nyo naman to. So, tinuturuan ko lang naman kayo. So, using implicit. Okay. Using implicit. Okay, paano implicit? If I have y is equals to x squared over square root of 4 minus x squared, tanggalin ulit muna natin sa pagka-radical. So, we need to square everything. So, I have y squared equals to x squared over square root of 4 minus x squared. So, kailangan matanggal sa pagka-radical kasi siya para madaling ma-derive. So, distributing square on the numerator, we have x to the 4. Square on the denominator, okay, tanggal si square root. So, ayan na siya. So, we can now get the derivative with respect sa x. So, what is the derivative of y squared? So, bring down 2, copy the base, minus 1 to the exponent, times derivative ng base. Ang derivative ng base ay dy over dx. Or, susulat ko na lang, diretso na, y prime. Para masanay kayo. Then, quotient rule. Then, copy the denominator times derivative ng numerator. Minus numerator times derivative ng denominator. Okay, divided by denominator square. Okay, ang hinahanap natin si y prime. So, mamaya na natin tatanggalin si 2y. Simplify muna natin yung right member. So, pag sinimplify yung right member, again, get the common factor. Ano yung common factor? 4 and, sige, simplify muna natin. 4 minus x squared. Labas na yun. 4x cubed minus 2x to the 5th. Hmm. 4 and 2, common factor is 2. X cubed and x to the 5th, common factor or GCF is x cubed. Next, divide. So, meron akong 4 minus x squared. Dito naman 4 divided by 2 is 2. Minus 2 divided by 2, cancel. X to the 5th divided by x cubed is x squared. So, I have 2x cubed times, may over pa pala, sorry. Next side. Meron pang 4 minus x squared na naka-squared. So, we have 2x cubed times distribute 2. So I have 8 minus 2x squared minus x squared. Okay na? Divided by 4 minus x squared squared. Okay, next simplify. So this is my y prime equals to 2x cubed times, unahin ko lang si x squared, negative 3x squared plus 8 over 4 minus x squared squared. So, pwedeng ilabas si negative para maganda tingnan sa loob. If I'm going to bring out negative, so walang mababago kay 2x cubed. Yung negative na to, magiging positive na siya. Yung positive na to, magiging negative siya. Ayan. Check nga natin. If we come up the same answer, ay sorry, hindi pa, no? Kasi meron pa palang 2y dito. Kalimutan ko na. Okay, next. This is 2y. Okay, para makuha si y prime, divide by 2y. Okay, kahit saan dito ha. Divide si 2y. Ayan. So, para magka y prime na lang tayo. So, y prime okay, so ito na kunin natin. Negative 2x cubed 3x squared minus 8. Yung 2y na to masasama na sa denominator. 2y times 4 minus x squared squared. So, parang magiging ganyan yung magiging value niya. Okay, next. Papalitan ngayon natin yung value ni y. Y o y. Negative 2x cubed 3x squared minus 8 divided by 2. Okay, okay lang. Cancelin ko na tong 2 ha. Tanggalin ko na tong 2. Ay, hindi na makasama pa. So, this is x cubed na lang. And, tapos, kunin natin yung value ni y. Okay, the value of y, the value ni y, yun, x squared, square root of 4 minus x squared. Okay, x squared, square root of 4 minus x squared times 4 minus x squared squared. Okay? So, next, simplify natin. We have negative x cubed 3x squared minus 8 over, okay, ito papalitan ko ng exponential. I mean, vinculum ito. Ayan. So, ito muna unahin ko. Si 1 half aakyat sa taas. Magiging 2 minus 1 half na ito aakyat dito yan. Tapos magsusubtract siya. 2 minus 1 half. Ganun mangyayari. So, we have negative x cubed 3x squared minus 8 divided by x squared 4 minus x squared. Okay, 2 minus 1 half is 3 halves. Tapos, Negative x cubed by x squared. Cancel na lang. Magiging 1 na lang yan. Negative x 8 over 4 minus x squared raised to 3 halves. So that is our y prime. So check nga natin kung tama. Ito kasi siya kanina, no? Ito. So upon checking, okay. So parang may mali. May 3 pa kasi. Bakit nagkaroon tayo ngayon ng 3? So, alam mo, kasama sa problem rin yan na yung simulation, i-decode natin kung saan nagkamali, lalo na sa computer engineering. Okay, anong kulang? Kasi pag pinasok ko sa loob to, negative x times negative 8 na yung negative sign. Ano yung negative sign? Sorry. Pag si negative sign, ipinasok ko sa loob, okay, yung 8 magiging positive na. Tapos yung positive 3x squared magiging negative 3x squared na. Ayan yung mangyayari ng x sa labas. Halos the same naman sila ng sagot kesa nung una. Meron lang 3 na na-involve. So either dito tayo nagkulang or dito tayo nagkulang or nasobrahan. So sama na natin ha, kasi hindi ko naman ina-edit tong video ko. Let's check kung saan medyo nagkamali na part. Okay. So balik tayo rito. Okay, so check natin. So tingnan nyo rin kung saan tayo nagkamali na part. So implicit, naging y squared, naging x to the 4th, wala sa square root. Pag dinerive, 2y prime equals, tama naman, yun. Nakuha nyo na. Ako, nag-gets ko na agad. Okay, dito tayo nagkamali na part. Yung negative na to. Kasi, ulitin ko, derivative ng y squared is 2y prime. Yung denominator, ito yun, times derivative ng x to the 4th, 4x cubed. Tama. Minus. Yung numerator, kopyahin. Yung derivative ng 4 minus x squared. So, derivative ng 4 is 0. Derivative ng negative x squared. So, yun ang kulang natin. Kailangan to naging negative. Oops. Ayan. Dapat yun ay may negative 2x squared. Kaya, negative times negative. Ito ay magiging positive. Magiging positive rin to. Tayo. Magiging positive rin to. So, negative 2x squared plus x squared is just actually negative x squared. So, hindi 3. Ayan. Kailangan, hindi lang matalino ha, matalinaw. Hindi lang sa pangungopya, masama yun. Dapat matalinaw sa mga maling na so wala na to. Ayan na lang siya. So, wala na rin to. Ayan. so wala na rin to ulit. Mas mabilis. Ay, yan na. Oops, sorry. Yan. 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 Tapos, wala na ulit to. Wala na rin ulit to. Minor, no, kung titingnan nyo, pero of course, ang mathematics, either right or wrong lang yan. Hindi pwede, sir ko, ano lang naman nagkamali. Okay, walang ganon. Kaya nga tayo mga engineers ay almost perfect. Oh, sorry to say, ingit na silang lahat, pero yun tayo. Okay? So, equal na yung final answer. So again, it's your part to solve for the second and third derivative. So yung second actually na to, ayun yung gagamitin nyo. Okay, continuation. So, okay, so that's it for today. Tapos this week, expect for more topics. Tapos ibibigay ko rin within this day pala yung next assignment ninyo. No, kaya please, huwag tamarin, mag-solve na ng assignment ha. Kasi pag natambakan kayo, okay, kayo din. And gagawin kong quiz yung assignment ninyo, compilation. Okay, again, I hope you understand my discussion. Hindi kayo inantok. Talagang ganon, no? Pagtiyagaan, mag-solve kayo lagi. God bless us all and always be safe. Bye-bye.